welcome to the Couch of Randomness. This is episode number 21. Haha, we finally did it. We're 21.
Yes.
Yes. My name's John. I'm your host. And as always, who's on the couch with me?
Rose.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. You know what? I'm excited for something.
What's that?
We get double the Paul Rudd from Netflix.
Yay!
It's exciting.
It should be. So we get -2 Chris's for Star Trek 4, though.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
That could be a problem.
That could be a problem. Hey, so what are the similarities between Superman and Geralt?
From The Witcher.
From The Witcher. Let's talk about that a little bit.
It's a little crazy. All of you left-handed gamers, possibly rejoice.
Possibly.
There could be a mouse for you.
By a very reputable company in the video game PC world. And you know what? We all have backlogs.
Oh my
It
goodness.
sucks. It's hard to
Awful.
catch up. And you may never catch up. But what if there's a way to possibly catch up in an easier way?
Yeah. Is there an easier way to catch up?
Is there an easier way to catch up? Let's talk about that.
Do you know what I've noticed this week?
What have you noticed?
It's been slow.
Oh, good. Good. It's not just me. Or, I was like, man, I was doing the research for the podcast this week. I'm like, I know some stuff happened and I had that written down, but I'm like, I want to make sure we have like enough filler to fill out an hour. And I'm like,
and I know that we found enough because we talk a lot.
we talk a lot.
We know that.
But it's just kind of one of those things like, God, we really are in a very oddly slow period
Yeah, like
of the year.
it's kind of a slump for like the last month.
Yeah, just.
And that's kind of what's gotten to me. I'm just like, why?
It was almost like E3, after E3 and.
Like even right before E3, we were just like, what's going on?
What's going on? And it's one of those things like little trickles here and there. Thankfully, the little trickles are big enough topics that we're like, all right, yeah, we can get into this.
We got stuff.
So I hope everyone had a good weekend and a week. It's actually awkwardly chilly here for us.
Yeah.
Like it's
in
actually
Texas, it's down to like the 70s.
70s. And I'm not one of those people like I would love the 70s, but right now, as we're recording, it's a little chilly.
It's a little chilly.
But whatever. So it's let's go into some movie trailers that showed up and
yeah, they were there.
I'm with you. They were there. So the first one, let's just do the Slaughterhouse Rules.
Rules with a Z.
With the Z. That's how
with a Z. Because it's Simon Pegg. So it's it's a bit British.
That's true.
So it's not a Z, it's a Z.
It's a Z. So yeah, Rose is right. You have Simon Pegg, you have Nick Frost, and you have Sheen. I didn't put him in it, but I just started word vomiting. Last name Sheen, Michael Sheen. Is it Michael Sheen? I don't think it's Michael Sheen. I thought it was
Martin Sheen.
It might be Martin Sheen. But
I'll find out. You talk about the movie.
I kind of want to see this actually because it seems like a very dark. It's a dark comedy, is what it looks like, about headmasters and students in a school called the Slaughterhouse School, but there's like monsters all around in the forests and whatnot, and I'm like, okay, that's actually kind of interesting. And the fact that it does have Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, who did like Shaun of the Dead and the Cornetto trilogy, where it's just over the top, like normal guys in over the top situations.
Yeah, Michael Sheen. And it's also got Asa Butterfield.
Oh, cool. I mean, he hits and misses for me, but
yeah,
at least it's a name that I know.
For the most part, he's done enough good stuff that I'll check out stuff that he does.
Yeah,
I won't always watch it, but I'll look into it.
Exactly. But this one seems cool. I kind of like the dark comedy-esque of it.
I think my concern with it is, will it have too many references to movies that I haven't seen? Because it looks like it has a lot of references to horror movies. Yeah. Like the B horror. And I haven't seen most of those. So
yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm also just like, but will I get it?
Yeah, there's something very interesting when you get movies that are parodies,
and you haven't seen the original source material.
Yeah, it's a little it falls flat.
It really does for me, because I've tried these the parody movies where I haven't seen the source material, and I'm just like, I don't understand this.
And hopefully this isn't a like true parody. I'm cool with
I'm hoping that it's not.
like homage, but it's not like Scary Movie and stuff like that. I'm actually knowing Simon Pegg is probably not. He's not that kind of comedian.
True.
Or actor. So I think it's more interesting story that has little hints of old school B horror and some of the like John Carpenter horror
That's
stuff.
what I'm hoping for too. Also a lot of British humor.
And we both enjoy British humor.
Again, that hits and misses for me with the British humor, but I still overall enjoy it.
Like it. And
so
Simon Pegg.
It's not like Mr. Bean.
Yeah,
British
Simon
humor.
Pegg British humor with Nick Frost, I find just
that should be fun.
Top of the line. It's fantastic. All right, the next movie, which I guess is a movie.
It's a movie. I feel like it should be a direct to VOD
and stuff like
DVD or Netflix movie.
Is The Nutcracker and the Four Realms.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got Keira Knightley and Mackenzie Foy.
And Helen Mirren.
And Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, it's got all kinds of people because Disney.
Yeah, that's true. It's a Disney movie. And I'm just like, it looks pretty.
Yeah, it looks very pretty. It's from the same people who brought us Maleficent and Beauty and the Beast. And I'm just there like, that's not going to recommend the movie to me.
Yeah, because you actually didn't like Beauty and the Beast.
No.
I thought it was okay, but there was something to be desired.
There were certain things that I was just like, I like this scene, but the movie as a whole wasn't that good to me.
Yeah.
And Maleficent was
weird. And I didn't like Maleficent. I'll be honest, I did not like Maleficent.
Like, I watched all of Maleficent, and then I made you sit down, and we fast forwarded through half the movie.
We watched the abridged version of Maleficent, and what I saw, I'm like, this is actually dumb. Like, really dumb.
You know the other thing that I don't understand about the Nutcracker movie? That? I don't understand why it's coming out November 2nd.
Yeah. That
is so early. I'm just like, this is a Christmas movie.
Well,
it needs to come out like Thanksgiving.
That's true. It's just a weird movie. Like it's kind of one of those things. Like, do we need this? And I'll eat my words if this is actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
But I don't see it being entertaining. Keira Knightley is like the Sugar Plum Fairy, and her voice is trippy.
It's Keira Knightley.
I mean, she's like really talking like it's just we got to go find something. Like, and I'm like, what? Why?
I don't know.
Why? But
I don't know. I am curious to see this, but at this point, it's not one that I have to rush to the theaters to see. I wouldn't mind. Like, I'm cool with streaming it sometime.
Yeah, I see that being like, we should probably stream this.
That's about it.
Now, how are you feeling about Wreck-It Ralph 2 or Ralph Breaks the Internet or whatever it's called? How do you feel about it? Because we got a new trailer, just kind of introducing Gal Gadot as a character, and then a little more interaction with the Disney princesses.
Yeah.
I mean, just a nice little teaser, which I thought was cute.
It looks cute.
Not feeling it?
Yes and no.
Yeah. It's weird for me because I really liked how they went toward the video game concept. Like, Wreck-It Ralph is the best video game movie we have.
Yeah.
Honestly. And it's not based off of a video game. It's just a great video game movie.
Yeah.
This one...
It's cute.
I mean, I know we're going after the internet. I get it, but it's cute, and I don't know if cute will translate well to heart, because Wreck-It Ralph had heart. Yeah, and that's what like separates it from other video game movies and other movies in general. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
it had a lot of heart in it, but this one just seems like gags.
Yeah, this one looks like a lot of, here's this meme. Here's this meme. Oh, and by the way, here's another meme.
Here's the website.
Here's the Disney princesses.
Here's the
Here's
website.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Here's this website. Here's Gal Gadot.
It
just
doesn't
showcasing all of the hype today.
Yeah, and I don't know.
In a lesser, like, not as in your face as, say, the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
But still.
I think this one is the one. This is a movie that I have to remember. It's not marketed toward us.
No.
Awkwardly enough, Wreck-It Ralph 1 was.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph, the first one is a great movie for kids and for parents, I think.
Yeah. I think
this one, like with so many cartoon sequels, looks like it's made for the kids.
Exactly. And I'm with you on the memes. I think the memes are what are for adults or teenagers to adults, and then the websites, because I mean they point out
for the older brothers and sisters.
Yeah, and they point out Google, eBay, ads like popping up on your phone and on your computer,
or like the ad that you'll see of, oh, click on this article. It's got the 10 celebrities that have gone to jail, and number 5 will shock you.
Yeah, and very topical for the time.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it'll actually like have staying power. It might.
It'll hold up.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll hold up. It might. I want to really be excited for this one, but I'm just casually lukewarm.
Okay, so I'm not trying to tangent us too bad, but I might.
Okay, that's fine. It works for us. Let's do it.
I feel like this movie is a perfect example of why nostalgia sells. Because the first Wreck-It Ralph was hardcore into the nostalgia. You had a few of the original video game characters, like Bowser was in there.
Bowser, Zangief, and Sonic was there.
These are all characters that we know from our childhood, that are still relevant from our childhood. Like, you don't have the 7-Up Spot.
No.
Because he hasn't stuck around. Yeah. You don't have the Kool-Aid Man in the first one because he hasn't stuck around.
Oh, no.
But this new one, Wreck-It Ralph 2, you have all of these things that are new, that are hot, but we don't know how many of them will actually stick around for the next 10 years.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you have a point. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, we talked about it last week. Nostalgia sells because the NES Classic beat everything else out. Nostalgia sells. There's always...
There's always a market for it.
Always a market for it because it's rose-colored gesundheit, rose-colored glasses. Like people look at their past with rose-tinted glasses, and you're like, I mean, it's sweet.
And like even teenagers will be like, "Oh my god, this is so middle school," but there's something special about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not trying to take that away, but it will not. It won't be Nintendo style.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, some stuff does not have staying power.
Yeah.
Like, and you're right. It'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that meme from middle school for those kids because we didn't have legitimate memes when we were kids.
No.
So, I mean, and there's stuff like that we're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like someone mentions GoldenEye. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember sleepovers and 4-on-4 tournaments on GoldenEye.
Exactly.
But now like the meme that people are going to remember might be like Leroy Jenkins. Does that have staying power? Even, I mean, I don't know.
Some of the older memes I think do.
Yeah.
But then they've been appropriated so many different ways.
Yep. I agree. I think I'm interested in Wreck-It Ralph, but I don't think it's going to be as good as.
Yeah. This might be more of a, let's see it some early morning.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've always said that we loved Benedict Cumberbatch.
Uh-huh.
But if you listen to the podcast, we just gush over Paul Rudd too.
Yeah.
We love Paul Rudd. He is just a funny guy. Hopefully he's a good guy. Personally in his life, I hope he's a good stand-up guy. And the man doesn't age.
Not really.
He really does not age.
How old is he now?
I think he's like 50.
Because I know that he was in, they had the We're 40 movie.
Yeah, this is 40.
This is 40. That's right.
Yeah, I want to say Paul Rudd is 50 years old.
Yeah.
But what gets me excited is if I could spell Paul Rudd, that would be great.
Paulrudd.
Not Paul Rubin, Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is actually going to be in a Netflix series.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it. Hold on, I'm trying to find.
So it's a Netflix series called Living with Yourself. Did you find out how old he is?
April 6th, 1969, 79, 89, 99, 2009. Oh, so he's 49.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 49 years old. Okay. I was like...
Sorry, trying to do math live.
Yeah, it's not good for me.
It's a problem.
But yeah, he's going to be in a new series.
It's called Living with Yourself.
And I like the premises because Paul Rudd, we get 2 Paul Rudds.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
We get the normal Paul Rudd, and he also makes a better version of himself.
Which I find, that's a cool idea.
I feel like it's been done a lot.
Yes.
But I'm curious enough to watch it. Plus, it's on Netflix. It's free.
It's on Netflix. It's free.
It's just, do I want to spend the time?
Yep. It's Paul Rudd is in it. I mean, that already wins.
Yeah.
And then you've got co-directing and executive producer of the show is Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Ferris, who both of them collaborated on Little Miss Sunshine, which fantastic
Love
movie.
that movie.
Ruby Sparks, which I actually really enjoyed.
That was the one with the book character, right?
Yeah, Paul Dano creates a character and then she comes to life.
I thought that one was pretty cute.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot more than
Yeah.
I was expecting. And then Battle of the Sexes, which is John McEnroe versus, I don't remember the other girl's name, but it was a real life tennis story, because John McEnroe was a loudmouth tennis player, and he actually, I can't remember the female tennis player who was like, no, I'm just as good as John McEnroe. And so they kind of, they actually did an exhibition match, and McEnroe if I remember correctly, didn't take it that well, or didn't like.
Okay, so are you trying to... Who is John McEnroe?
John McEnroe is a tennis player. I might be thinking of the wrong tennis player.
You are.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Yes.
What?
So Steve Carell plays Bobby Riggs.
Sorry,
and
John McEnroe.
Emma Stone plays Billie Jean King.
Billie Jean King. I knew I was like, I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much the exhibition match.
Yeah, the short little blurb on IMDb says the true story of the 1973 tennis match between world number 1 Billie Jean King and ex-champ and serial hustler Bobby Riggs. You are thinking of Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
I think. No, you haven't seen Wimbledon.
I haven't seen
Never
Wimbledon.
mind.
I was like, I don't even know. John McEnroe was probably in Wimbledon as an actual character.
I don't remember.
But no, I did remember that one. Like Steve Carell was in it. I just couldn't remember the names. But like with those 3 movies, I'm kind of really excited to watch a 10 episode.
I think the first season is 8.
8 episodes of Paul Rudd, doubling down on Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
It's just cool because we do he makes a copy of himself or a better version. What does that actually mean?
Exactly.
Like, is he nicer? Is he funnier? Is he
harder working?
Yeah.
Like, what would it look like if you created a better version of yourself?
I don't know, but I can tell you I want another version of me.
Just to get everything
done. To get everything done.
Oh my goodness.
John 2.0 or John, we'll call you John B. You actually go to work while me, John, right now is going to sit home and work on Twitch and
that
YouTube.
Would be amazing.
That's what I want. And then we all collectively make enough money that, oh man, we'd have to actually have like a bigger house.
That's fine.
More food because we'd be feeding 4 people. There's something people don't think about. Like, yeah, I want a copy of myself to go do the work while I get to have fun.
But then you have to pay for that copy. No.
You don't really, like, that would be weird to kill the copy at the end of the day and then recopy it. So unless they don't eat food.
Yeah, but then would they be human? And like,
no.
If they're not human, then could they really do your job? Because your job hired a person to do that job.
Okay, now we're getting into that androids are going to take over the world anyway. All right, then they will. Continuing on. Star Trek 4 is happening. Cool. I'm down with this.
In addition to the Jean-Luc Picard show that is coming for their streaming service, which I'm not happy about that.
No, you're not. But Star Trek 4 is coming. But what sucks right now is that both Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth have quote unquote dropped out of the movie. Like contract talks fell through.
The studio went back on how much they were actually going to make.
And I understand that.
And I'm just like, I get that.
I get that. If you sign a contract and the contract...
No, it wasn't signed.
It wasn't signed?
It was like a weird, let's do this in the future.
Handshake deal kind of thing? Oh,
that's what it seems like.
Yeah, I guess you're right on that one.
And then the studio was just like, you know what? Star Trek 3 didn't make that much money.
Yeah,
so let's not pay you as much.
Yeah, we got to pump the brakes and cut the budget a little bit.
Even though like Chris Pine is now super big because of Wonder Woman. So how do you say, oh, well, Star Trek wasn't that good, but Wonder Woman was amazing. So how do we pay you for this next Star Trek?
On top of, we have Chris Hemsworth, the God of Thunder.
Yeah.
You got to pay some people some money. It sounds like Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana. I was going to say Zoe Deschanel. Zoe Saldana and Zachary Quinto and Simon Pegg are all coming back.
Yeah, so is Carl Urban, John Cho. Like, they're all coming back. They're already signed on.
So how do you make... And I really hope Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth go, yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. But how do you make quotation mark so I don't get hit by Rose, OG Star Wars film... Star Trek. Sorry. Oh, God, I'm going to die. Star Trek movie that is based around Kirk without Kirk?
You have to recast him. And here's the weird thing. I would be okay with them recasting his dad.
Okay.
because Chris Hemsworth played James Kirk's dad in the first Star Trek movie.
Yeah, he was on screen for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was a very small part. And, I understand things fall apart in movies constantly.
Yeah.
You can't afford this actor. He's too busy with Marvel, whatever else. So you get somebody else to play his dad.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
okay with that.
I need Chris Pine as Kirk.
Please do not recast Kirk.
I think
that'll just you think that 3 didn't do well.
Oh, it'll tank.
Oh my goodness!
It will legitimately tank.
Just pay him a little more money.
Good. I agree because I think you can recast Hemsworth.
Yeah,
and
I think he played. I think it's George Kirk.
Something like that.
The dad. But I'm never good with James Kirk's timeline.
But I think you can recast Hemsworth. It'd be hard, but I think you can kind of get away with it because apparently what I've put together from this movie is it's going to be more time traveling, obviously, because James Kirk's dad died.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, sorry. So there's going to be some cool time travel, wibbly wobbly time, timey-wimey stuff. But
not in the Doctor Who sense.
But I think you need Chris Pine. I think that it actually Chris Pine really did
needs to be back as Captain James T. Kirk.
I think he's done a pretty damn good job, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Carl Urban's Bones is probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
But
love it.
I think he's done a good enough job where it would be weird to watch someone else be Kirk.
Yeah. Now, that being said, I do think that they could get somebody who is more similar to I'm blanking on the name, the original James T. Kirk.
I was going to say William Dafoe. That's not right. But
no,
it's
William Shatner.
William Shatner. I'm like, I know it's a William.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I think they could find somebody who's more similar to that aesthetic.
Yeah. But I don't think that aesthetic works with the J.J. Abrams rebooted version of Star Trek.
I don't think it works with anything today.
That's also a valid point.
I love William Shatner, and he did a great job as Kirk.
Yeah.
That is such a different aesthetic than anything that we expect today from TV or movies.
Yeah, it's the 70s campiness doesn't work.
Because I think it might not work.
I do not know where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that actually, it's too over dramatic.
Yeah.
In an already pretty dramatic action movie.
Yeah. Just you don't need that part of it. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm okay with them recasting the dad.
But because we need at least
30 seconds.
Yeah,
but
we need at least Chris Pine back.
Please.
All right, speaking of action movies.
Uh-huh.
I think we are still in the summer movie season. It should be coming to an end.
Are we really? We haven't had a Transformers movie this year.
Did we even have a summer movie season? Let's talk about that real fast because I just came up, we went to see my dad yesterday, and he was talking to us, asking if we've done any more movie reviews because they like watching us do the movie reviews.
Yeah, and if we had seen the newest Mission Impossible.
Yeah, and just stuff like that.
We
haven't seen it. And
we didn't see that. We didn't see The Incredibles 2.
And I came to the conclusion that I believe it's been a slow summer movie season.
Yeah.
And so let me back my findings on this one and try to figure out maybe why.
I also feel like Marvel released their movies about a month too early for each of them.
Yes. Okay, so I just found firstshowings.net. It really was actually a lot harder than I was anticipating to find just 2018 starting in July and not 2018 in August. Most of the websites I went to, they just keep you up to date on what's coming up the month you're in. So I was like, all right, I got to find something. So they have summer 2018 in May. I think it's actually the middle of April because you do have Avengers. So let's
Avengers came out in April. Wasn't there one before it? There was one in March.
Well, I mean, you had let's go back to March. Let's kind of fudge the numbers a little bit. But let's do
that's the thing. There was a big movie in March and I was just like, this is too early.
Yeah. Okay,
and I can't think of what it was now.
I mean, March you had A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh yeah.
Tomb Raider.
That should have been a summer movie.
Yeah, I think it probably would have done a lot better in a summer movie.
I think so.
Pacific Rim Uprising.
Ugh, that should have been summer though.
Ready Player One.
I'm still shocked that came out that early in the year.
I am too. So that's March. You have April, A Quiet Place, But I think that worked in the April.
Yeah,
I think that worked
really
fantastically. Rampage.
Uh-huh.
And then, then Infinity War in April.
Okay.
And then May, the official, unofficial summer movie season start. I mean, the first weekend, Bad Samaritan, Overboard, and Tully. What the hell? Yeah, exactly. Like, so your first week, I don't know what you.
I'm sorry, what movie?
Yeah, those are Bad Samaritan, Overboard, and Tully were your first weekend in the quote unquote official summer movie block season.
And we're done here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and you're right, because Avengers took away everything. Because I was looking in May.
Yeah.
The first thing that shows up in May is the third week, and that was Deadpool 2. Like, so people like gave Infinity War its time because they're like, we're not going to.
They also moved Infinity War
up a week.
Yeah. So it came out earlier than it should have, which we knew.
Yeah. Okay.
What was the other Marvel movie this year?
Black Panther was in February.
That's right, February.
Yeah, Black Panther was in.
That was way too early.
I agree. I want them to do like, if you've got a May movie, okay, let's just May for a Marvel movie, August, and then November. That's kind of like where I would like.
I don't know. I like having one for my birthday in July.
Okay. Well,
it can be like later in July. It doesn't have to be my birthday weekend.
Okay, so we'll do the last weekend in July and then November.
Thank you.
Okay.
That way I get a Marvel movie and you get a Marvel movie.
Marvel, call me so we can talk about this. Please. But then after Deadpool, we had a solo Star Wars film.
Ugh.
And then June, I will find something.
We saw something in June, I thought. Or was Solo the last one that we saw? No,
Jurassic World.
We saw Jurassic World in June.
I mean, you had Ocean's 8, Incredibles 2,
yeah.
Tag. I still kind of want to see that. I heard that's pretty funny. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, Sicario, the first
Sicario
Purge,
too.
And then we had Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yay!
That
was the last one we saw.
Hotel Transylvania, Skyscraper, Sorry to Bother You, which I think is more of a indie movie. It is more of an indie movie.
I mean, we need some indie movies in the summer.
The Equalizer, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, Unfriended, The Darker Web, Mission Impossible Fallout, Teen Titans Go to the movies, Christopher Robin,
which I kind of want to see.
The Spy Who Dumped Me, The Meg, Slender Man, Alpha, I don't even know what that is, and Mile 22. We're now in August.
Yeah, because Mile 22 is coming out this week.
Yes. The Happy Time Murders, which I actually really want to see.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just throwing out movies and I'm like, huh?
I don't know. It's just been kind of a slow year for movies, honestly.
Yeah, unless you're Marvel.
Unless you're Marvel.
It's been a slow year. And it's
been a slow year.
And I think it's very weird because it's now either a Marvel Cinematic Universe or a good indie movie. I think that's the dichotomy now of the spectrums.
It is.
And like the little ones here and there are not going to get noticed, or the average size ones.
Well, unless you also still have the Star Wars movies, which we'll see how long those do well.
Yeah.
And you've also got just Disney.
Disney will do well. And I'm with you. I'm looking at the other movies like coming out in September. The Nun, which is based off of the horror franchise, The Conjuring.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's The Conjuring.
I think so.
Yeah. It is The Conjuring. The Predator. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just kind of fallen apart.
Yeah.
I mean, is anyone really excited for Venom? I'm not.
It looks like it could almost be good.
I'm excited for Bad Times at the El Royale. That looks cool. I'll bring up that trailer again later, but it actually looks pretty awesome. I know I've seen the trailer, but yeah, this is a very odd summer movie season, and I think you and I talked about that last year. Just it's a little slow again, so it's kind of things are spreading out a little more, and not like giving films time to amass an audience.
Also, I'm curious if movies are trying to release earlier in the year so that they have more chance to build up revenue over the course of the year.
And I could see that too, because it's just, it makes sense money wise.
It really does.
So, did anyone know Henry Cavill was kind of a geek? I actually.
What do you mean, kind of?
Yeah, he's a pretty big geek. I didn't know this, to be honest with you.
Not really.
Apparently it was well known. I was like, really? I'm not saying end all be all me. I was like, I had no idea. This is really cool. So apparently Henry Cavill is a big gamer, like big into WoW.
Yeah. And
like funny, a story I didn't know is that Henry Cavill actually ignored a call from Zack Snyder when Zack was calling him going, hey, you're going to be my Clark Kent. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And he was playing WoW. So he was like, oh, Zack Snyder's calling. I don't really care right now. And kept on going in whatever he was doing in WoW. I think that's absolutely amazing.
I think I read somewhere he was like on a raid. So he was like all invested in that. And he just
couldn't get to it.
Didn't answer his phone.
And that's fair. So IGN sat down with Henry Cavill because he's doing the rounds for Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah.
They're doing the presser rounds, and IGN being IGN goes, hey, what are you playing lately? And Henry Cavill's like, oh yeah, I've been playing, I just finished The Witcher 3 for a second time.
Yeah.
Went through it. I love that game. It's a great game.
That's so funny to me.
And what I love about the interviewer was like, hey, Netflix is doing a show. Would you be up to being Geralt? And without missing a beat, Henry Cavill's like, yeah, absolutely. That would be a great role. A great role to do. And like Henry Cavill went into like, yeah, I played the games, and asked the interviewer, like, have you read the books?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, no,
I love that.
Not really. And Henry Cavill's like, no, the books are so good. And like, I just powered through them. They're fantastic. And I can contest. I agree with Henry Cavill. They are good. The books are amazing. I
haven't started them yet because I'm working on like 10 other books.
But it's been kind of weird looking at it because I actually truly love Geralt as a character from the books. And I'm kind of like,
because you're playing the first Witcher.
I'm playing the first Witcher. It's weird to have his voice actor not be the guy who reads the book on Audible. Because
that's pretty normal though.
It is normal, but it's just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm in the video game world now. Oh, now I'm in the book world. So I have two.
You have to keep them straight.
Geralts in my head.
Yeah.
But it's interesting reading comments and looking at other people because I like Henry Cavill. I'm not against him being Geralt, but I think he's almost too much of a nice guy from what I know as Geralt in the books. Like, he is rough around the edges, kind of pissed off. He has a soft side to him in some of the stories I've read, but he's a legit badass. Well, I believe Henry Cavill is a badass.
Yeah.
Or Cavill. Is it Cavill or Cavill?
I don't know.
I hear it both ways. I've heard it both ways.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is he the right person to play Geralt?
I guess to me, it's also the look because Geralt has a very Nordic look to me. And Henry Cavill is very much not.
No, that's
like he does not have the paleness.
No, he doesn't.
And I know that a lot of that can be done with makeup and everything.
Yeah, makeup for that.
But
he'll have to put the yellow contacts in.
Yeah, it's also like his physique.
He's jacked.
He is so Superman. And that's amazing.
Yeah, his body physique is perfect for Clark Kent and Superman.
Yeah.
Geralt, a little too much for me.
Yeah.
A little too much. Geralt
He's
is
not
still
like sinewy.
Yeah. Geralt is to me toned.
Yeah.
With some muscle. Because
Yeah.
He has swords and like
he works out.
He's very physically capable of doing everything. In the game and all that stuff. And doing pirouettes and stuff like that because he's sword fighting. So it's a very beautiful dance. That's how it's described in the book.
Do you know what a pirouette is?
Yes, I do know what a pirouette is. But I don't know if Henry Cavill, his physique matches that of Geralt.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah. I'm just not in love with it right now.
No, not right now. Unless just something happens
but, we'll see what happens.
That would be really kind of cool. I'm down with that. It's that time again.
What time is it?
Cumberwatch. Dun dun. He's been really quiet lately.
Legitimately could not find anything this week.
I dug around. Still waiting on that tea and like scones and tea, afternoon tea.
Tea and crumpets.
Tea and crumpets. That would be really cool on your Showtime show. Apparently it's really good. He's got a show on Showtime.
Oh, nice.
So
we don't get cable.
So I can't really watch it.
No.
Heard it's fantastic, but it's Benedict Cumberbatch. He's fantastic.
Of course it is.
Hi, Benedict. How are you? Hope you're having a great week.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we'll do something.
That would be cool.
Waiting by the phone or email.
Yeah, we will not ignore your call.
No, we
because
won't.
we're playing video games.
Or if you want to email us, it's couchofrandomness@gmail.com.
Oh, I thought it was just the geek level at gmail.com.
Or you can get us from the geek level at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm completely fine with
That
this.
would be
Just
awesome.
anytime,
Hit us up.
man. Hit us up. You want some authentic Native American food? I will make authentic Native American food.
We will get your aunt to make him some authentic Native American
That's
food.
good too. But hey, man, whatever. Let's just do it. Let's get together. Cumber Watch.
Dun, dun.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, I love that.
It's a lot of fun.
I love that. All right, let's talk about the facepalm of the week. Which this is the facepalm of the week, but I'm also going to call it the
sheer
stupidity that pissed the living hell out of me.
Yeah.
Segment of the week.
Yeah.
If you follow gaming journalism, IGN,
you've probably heard of this.
Or the game Dead Cells.
Yeah.
You probably heard this.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to throw like
John is nicer than I am.
I'm nice because you never know what's going to happen in life,
Yeah.
and we might cross paths with certain people, and I don't want to just burn bridges that I didn't know if existed. But I think I'm going to go ahead and burn this bridge.
I understand.
I think I'm going to do it right now.
I kind of already did.
And I'm going to call out Philip Mewson.
Seriously.
I know you have you made a good YouTube a channel that had a lot of followers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was good or not. But you are a dumbass.
Seriously.
You are a straight dumbass for copying, plagiarizing Boomstick Gaming's review of Dead Cells. If you haven't heard, Philip Mewson was the Nintendo editor at IGN. He did NVC, the Nintendo voice chat podcast. He played games. He did interviews. He just reviewed stuff on IGN.
Yeah.
And Dead Cells came out, and like he reviewed it, and he posted on his Twitter account going, "This is my first review where I'm editing, and I did it pretty much all by myself."
Yeah, I did this whole video by myself. I'm really excited for you guys to see it.
And I hope you're excited, and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. Well, it was released. I watched it, and and I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense." I was into this game.
We were both just like, "Okay, that's a really good review."
Yeah, that's a good review. Well, the next day at work, my phone actually blows up from like, what is it? Was it Vanity Fair? It was
Forbes.
Forbes blew up my phone because I get alerts on my phone for almost anything. And this one shows up of IGN under investigation for review for plagiarism for Dead Cells. I'm like, what? So I go into this and I'm legitimately looking around going, oh, what happened? Well, Boomstick Gaming comes out and goes, IGN copied my review. What do I do?
Yeah.
And he has 100% compelling.
He has very compelling
arguments of Philip Mewson stole my review.
Yeah.
And I agree. IGN.
Because Boomstick Gaming put his review out
like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was based on the PC version of Dead Cells, I believe.
Yes.
And then Dead Cells came out on the Switch, which is what Philip Mewson was reviewing.
Yeah, he got an early copy. Like it came out of early access because Dead Cells has been around since 2017.
Yeah.
And it came out of early access earlier this week with version 1.0. It also came to like
the Switch, PS4,
Xbox, and 1.0 version on PC. So, and Philip on the podcast, on the NVC podcast, was like, yeah, I've been playing Dead Cells. This was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've been playing Dead Cells. I absolutely love it. That's all I can say until the embargo comes out. Or lifts.
And he wasn't even supposed to say that he loved it. Yeah. Which, that happens.
That's fine. But this idiot decides to go ahead and plagiarize someone else's review. I'm going to call him he's a small YouTuber. I guess we're considered tiny. Boomstick is a small YouTuber. He had like 11,000.
He had like 10,000 before
subscribers before this happened, and now he's like, I think the last time I heard it was like 21. I
don't know. I haven't looked.
Like apparently this actually worked out for him. Still really stupid,
which is awesome.
But
in a way,
but Philip Mewson decides to just blatantly copy it. It was so bad that it was a high school copy, changing specific words and specific phrases.
Or changing the order of the sentence.
The order of the sentence structure. But past that, we're almost word for word copying.
From what we've seen.
And we watched the videos that Boomstick Gaming put out. Yeah. I read a lot of the, like, this is what Philip said, this is what Boomstick said. IGN did right, and I commend IGN for going, all right, you're fired. Get out.
Took down the review, figured out that day if they wanted to keep him or not, which they didn't.
And they fired him, and they put the version 2.0 review out.
Yeah.
Version 2, which...
It's rated 0.2 lower.
0.2 lower. It was a 9.5, but Brendan Tyrell is the guy that did that review. Fantastic review.
He did a wonderful job with that review.
I was reading the comments, and people were like giving crap to IGN doing the version 2.0. And they were also giving crap to what we actually liked about Brendan Tyrell being a wordsmith.
Yeah.
It was beautifully like put together in words. And I'm like, wow, that's like I already bought the game.
Yeah.
But if I didn't, his review would have actually made me stop everything and buy the game.
It was even better than Boomstick's, which Boomstick did a great job.
That was a great, because I watched his normal review. Beautifully done, Boomstick. I commend you.
Fantastic review.
I hope IGN gives you a little something for that.
That would be nice.
That would be really cool. But then Philip decides to go ahead and put my side of the story up on YouTube.
Yeah, his side of the story.
His side of the story.
And he titled it My Response instead of My Apology.
And this SOB decides to, like, he says he takes full responsibility for what happened, but it was unintentional.
How do you take responsibility for something that's unintentional? How does that work?
On plagiarism.
Yeah.
Like,
how do you unintentionally plagiarize? Can you explain that to me?
I would like to know, because you intentionally plagiarized.
Yeah.
And how he said it just pissed the hell out of me was, when I do a review, I look at all the assets, all the information that I have available to me to form my review. Bitch, no, you don't. You play the stupid game and you form your own review.
Like, that's the thing. I'm just saying, like, because I know how I am, if I was going to review something, I would sit there and I would I might look at the scores that some other people give it to see if I agree with those scores. But I'm not going to read what they said about it, because then I'm going to try and put that into my review.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's kind of human nature.
Yeah, it really is.
But how close Phillips was to Boomstick Gaming is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the same game, and we can all say pixelated graphics, Metroidvania, keeping you on your toes. Like, there are roguelike. There are buzzwords that you got to give the pass on, because we're all reviewing the same game. We're different enough.
But, like, their comments on pacing was the same. Their comments on the enemies and how to beat them and things like that, they were pretty much the same. And
it upset me, because Philip is a YouTuber that IGN gave the shot. And come to find out, apparently he's, like, stolen a lot. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly, because I don't want my ass to get handed to me. Allegedly stole from a reviewer from Nintendo Life about FIFA 18.
Yeah.
And Philip actually calls that guy out, going, I don't know why he said that. I didn't do that. And I'm like, bullshit. You did it. You know you did it. Don't even. You're just trying to negate the damage that you've already caused upon yourself. You chose to plagiarize.
Okay, so all of this being said, and you guys can hear how upset we are about the whole thing, there is one thing that I agree with Philip about.
What's that?
Don't give him or his family death threats because of this.
That's crap. I'm not going to get on Twitter and call him out. No. I don't do that. I'm doing this here on a podcast now, but his family, that's a separate thing.
No, and don't threaten him either.
Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah, I mean, I think you're okay to go. You were a complete idiot for doing this, and
But don't threaten his life. Be like, oh, if I ever saw you, you better watch out.
You better watch out, or like go deep in and try and find.
He was an idiot. He lost his job. That's enough.
That's enough. We can call him out for being an idiot, because he was, but I'm not gonna threaten his life.
No, I'm not gonna touch his family. His family had nothing to do with it.
And I do hope, honestly, me still being a good guy, I hope he bounces back somewhere else other than video games.
I do too.
I hope
that he's able to find something that he likes to do.
He likes to do, and I hope he bounces back somewhere else.
It's not something that I'm going to follow.
No,
but
I couldn't give a crap less anymore.
I didn't especially like his style to begin with.
Yeah,
and that's
didn't
me
either.
Personally.
I don't know if they're going to keep... I'm sure they will keep the old NVCs up on the Nintendo voice chat. Go and watch some of them. Like, I was picking up on, like, the second NVC he hosted. Like, I don't think this guy knows about video games.
Yeah.
He always, like...
It was very questionable.
Everything else to other people on...
And I was sitting there going, even I could answer that question, and I didn't start gaming until I was in college.
Yeah. So there's some questionable stuff. I'm going to end with this. Bomberman.
Yeah.
Bomberman. Find that NVC. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen because another host just legitimately stops and like neck snap reaction going, what the hell this guy just said?
He doesn't say anything. He just kind of gives the look to the camera.
Like, what just happened? And I absolutely love that. Yeah. Philip Mewson, you are an idiot. Straight up an idiot.
Yeah.
You get our facepalm of the week. You're the first actual person, too. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We've been giving companies. We gave Nintendo a facepalm, but you are legitimately the first person to get one.
The first individual.
This was a longer facepalm than I was anticipating, but I kind of figured
it was a little chatty. Sorry.
All right. Let's rapid fire some stuff. What are you playing?
I'm hardcore into Kingdom Hearts. I'm like 27 hours in.
Jesus.
I think all I have to do is go back through a lot of the worlds to wrap some things up in their stories.
Sweet.
I'm excited.
I get that. I'm still headfirst into Overwatch, loving it. I tried what's the card game called? Hearthstone. I actually kind of dig it. And I've called crap out on loot boxes. I kind of understand them now. Just from Overwatch, I kind of understand. I bought my first 2 loot boxes, actually paid for them.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of there's a weird
come to the dark side.
Oh, I am now. Like I still think they're crap.
Yeah.
But if you have the money, not go insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I dropped the $2 one and I was like, let me just see what this is like.
We also know how to not gamble.
Yes, that's true too.
Casinos are lost on us.
Yeah, I don't like casinos. They're really weird.
Yeah.
Anything? No, I haven't touched Sea of Thieves this week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, side note. Let's do this real fast. If you don't know, we're actually streamers now as well. You can find us on Twitch at Couchcapades Plays, Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. Other days are going to come up soon. We're working on that one.
We're going to try and get some Saturday streaming in.
But I've been playing Bloodborne again. I finally got over losing my 30 hours. That's been fun. I've got a great little community building up. Please come and hang out with us.
Yeah, please.
But I finally beat the original Super Mario Brothers. That was one that was being held over my head personally going, I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
I think I'm average. I'm a good gamer.
Yeah.
I enjoy lots of games, but that was one that like introduced me to games and I never beat it.
Yeah.
So I made the point on Wednesday to beat it. So come hang out with us.
On Wednesdays we play some old school games.
Old school games. Way back Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
and Mondays are Manic Mondays. Right now it's Bloodborne.
Any game that's probably going to irritate me or be absolutely hard.
Yes.
So please come hang out with us. Come say hi. We'll hang out with you and we'll be voices and funny stuff and all that crap.
Yeah.
So something cool that you brought up, you found about Razer.
Razer is doing a Kickstarter, which I think it's a little weird that a company is doing a Kickstarter, but this one makes sense.
As big as this company is.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. It'd be weird if like Marvel goes, hey, by the way, we want to make a movie, but we're going to Kickstart it.
Yeah.
Like, shut up. You have billions of dollars.
But no, Razer is doing a Kickstarter for a left-handed mouse.
I dig this.
They're trying to make their Naga Trinity left-handed because this is specifically for MMOs.
Yes.
Like, this is a mouse that is made for MMOs.
We thought about buying this mouse, too. Like
we did, but we're just not into MMOs. So we were just
the buttons scare, that many buttons kind of scare me. And then the other ones, like the Trinity, you can flip out with different sides for the thumb.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then we ended up on something else.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think, like, we take this for granted. For granted, thank you.
Because we're both right-handed.
Yes.
But then, like, my dad is left-handed, so he's always had to deal with all the right-handed people in his family.
Yeah.
And I think that it's really cool because, like they point out in the article that I found, making a left-handed mouse is not just doing a horizontal flip.
Yeah, it's not mirroring the image.
No, you have to do more to it to make sure that everything fits, make sure all the components are the correct direction, things like that. So there's actually a lot of R&D that goes into it. Then they have to make it, they have to manufacture it. And I saw on here that they have I'm trying to remember the time frame that they said.
Okay.
According to Razer, they sold the same number of left-handed Naga mice, just regular Naga, not Naga Trinity, in 6 years as they did in a single day with the right-handed version. So it took 6 years to sell as many left-handed mice as they typically sell right-handed mice in one day.
So they're judging like.
So it's just not necessarily worth it.
Yeah, I guess
for
that's
a specific mouse like this one for MMOs.
True. Okay, I'm following it now. I was like, when you first read this to me, I had it reversed. Like they sold out of left-handed mouse like instantaneously. No. Okay, so it's the long game.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So they're trying to
that
see
makes more sense.
if there is enough interest to actually do this. And on a side note, I have not looked up the Kickstarter, so I don't know how close they are.
Oh, that's a good point. I was thinking about like maybe we should look up the Kickstarter. Maybe one of the things we should actually do is back it.
If you want to take the next one,
okay, yeah, I will take the next one. Look that up.
I will look up in Kickstarter.
Discord, everybody loves it. Well, gamers love it. It's actually we got into it. We have
a little bit.
I chat with Michael on Discord when we're playing games that aren't on the Xbox, and I actually really dig it. I kind of like the idea that Discord has kind of nudged Nintendo, going, "Hey, we'll help you out with your voice chat thing just on our servers and whatnot." I think that'd be cool. We have our own Discord server for Couchcapades. That's not here nor there right now. But Discord has legitimately set their sights on Steam. This is from Variety, which actually that blows my mind a little bit because it's Variety. But it was a very cool read that Discord they've been looking at how to increase their revenue. They're a company. I get that. So they are actually going into the game selling business. I think that's actually kind of cool because you have just a massive millions upon millions of people, gamers use Discord. That is their go-to choice for talking to people. And people literally legitimately just live on Discord. Like that's how they talk. They don't use a messaging app. They use Discord. You can voice chat, you can text, you can send messages, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I've looked at My Life in Gaming or Gaming Careers.
Gaming Careers.
Yeah, I've gotten into their Discord, and there's so much going on.
It's a little overwhelming sometimes, but I think it's a very cool place for gamers and just to have conversations with. Well, they're going with games now. You can actually do. They've been mulling this over apparently, and so they just kind of beta started it in Canada.
Yeah,
cool.
For a random 50,000 people.
Yeah, just here you go. You're Canadian. Oh, Canada. Here's your Discord to try and. If you like the games, tell us what you think.
They're using it as like you can just be in Discord and launch the game.
Launch a game. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You can buy games. I know one was actually Dead Cells. Haha.
Yeah.
So Dead Cells is one of the games you can buy. And then they're kind of splitting it. Like they want to stay new and current, but they also want to go, here's some free games for you that you might have missed. And I dig that. I think that's really cool.
They have a subscription service.
Yes.
So if you're on the subscription service, you get those free games.
Yeah.
I think my biggest concern with this is I feel like games are now becoming like videos or movies. Where are we going to get an app like Movies Anywhere?
Or we can just
where you can combine all of your collection of games.
That's what I want too because
I mean you're going to have Amazon is
Amazon's
working on
coming
theirs,
after everyone.
Discord and Steam for the big ones.
And then you still have GOG.
Yeah.
And then the Epic launcher for Fortnite, because you have to have its own launcher. And then you've got Blizzard's launcher. I've got 4 launchers, Steam, GOG, Blizzard, and Epic on our gaming computer right now because it's not a centralized place.
Not yet.
Not yet. And I hope they do come out with a Movies Games Anywhere where they just play nice and make it easy for gamers. Because if they do, more people would be willing to jump over. Because I want Gwent, the Witcher card game, and I'm like, all right, it's probably on Steam because that's where I bought the Witcher trilogy. Right. Oh, damn, it's not. It's actually GOG exclusive. Because CD Projekt Red has stake in GOG.
Okay.
So I was like, that makes sense. Did you find the Trinity Naga left-handed?
So the Naga Trinity left-handed edition is 4% funded. And they have 19 days to go. They have raised $42,000. They're trying to raise $990,000.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a lot sadder than I was anticipating.
It really is.
I thought they were gonna be in like at least the 80s to 90s.
Nope.
And I was actually gonna suggest, why don't we back it too, and then we'll just give it away. But that's not gonna. It's not gonna make that.
No. Oh, doubt it.
I doubt that it'll make its Kickstarter.
But yeah, I mean, the mouse itself, they're asking $89 or more.
Well, yeah, that Naga
that
is
makes sense.
Yeah,
that's about how much the mouse is.
A good gaming mouse, because I know we spent like
we got ours on sale.
Yeah,
it was normally like 110,
and I think I bought it for like 70 or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so NPR and the Wisconsin Public Radio, they kind of came out with a article from the University Madison Center for the University of Madison, Wisconsin-Madison says they have developed a game that can help develop empathy in students. That's insane. Like,
yeah, so they have to look at these pictures of quote unquote aliens who are created with human facial features.
Yeah, like NPCs.
And that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And they have to figure out how that NPC feels
and how, to communicate through that. Through there's no voice acting, there's no text speech. It's literally the face, and you have to figure out how it feels and what it's trying to communicate. And the researchers from the University of Wisconsin-Madison said that the students that they tested this on, that from the baseline.
Yeah, these are 8th graders.
8th graders. The bridge that connects empathy, lit up, and they actually said we figured out that we could make a game where to help with empathy for students.
You know what's really crazy to me though?
What's that?
They're looking at really trying to help kids with autism with this.
I love that.
I think that's so cool because I actually I remember it was like a question on a podcast, and it was this grown man who was writing in, and he was just like, hey, I have autism, and I know that I like this specific game.
Yeah.
But why do you like it? Because I don't understand why people like the same things that I like. And I was just like,
I remember that. And
that's such a good question, because even I feel that way sometimes. I'm just like, why do you like me?
Yeah. It was a beautiful question, and it was an IGN podcast. I know that.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was NVC or...
I think it might have been Scoop.
I think it was Game Scoop, yeah. And they actually talked, they got into it really well. Like, oh no, I like it because of this and this.
Because of the aesthetics because of the mechanics, because of whatever.
Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, this is actually very...
I think that this would be really cool to see if it would help people with autism to understand those facial features.
I agree. I think that it's going in the right direction for something that the masses don't believe should do. Like, video games actually help with empathy.
Yeah.
But I think this is something very interesting, and science proves that right now, quote unquote, games are there can be still good things that come out of games.
Yeah.
With all the negativity that comes around games. It is a negative media still, and it's fine.
It's very stigmatized.
Stigmatized, rightfully so. There are some just stupid things, but I think this is a nice little glimmer of, hey, positivity.
Yeah.
Okay, I skipped over a couple things real fast. Red Dead Redemption 2, that gameplay trailer came out. Looks freaking awesome.
Roughly 110 horses in
110 horses. Looks awesome. I'm buying a 4K TV to play this and Spider-Man. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
They had their direct
their direct.
There are so many characters.
There's almost too many characters.
There really are.
Like
how can you even play one match with all of them?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you can, but how would you get good with all of them?
You don't. No. I fully believe you have a handful, 3 or 4 that you one, you're like, I'm the master.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 or 3 you're like, I'm good at, that I can actually hold my own.
Yeah.
But right now
you have to, because now they have a way to play where if your character has already been chosen, you can't play with it again in that tournament.
Like Smash Mode. I think it's called Smash Mode or something like that, where the characters become unselectable. But yeah, 67 characters have been announced.
Jeez. And they're going to have more before this game releases.
I feel bad. I feel bad for Sakurai.
Oh my goodness.
This
is insane.
I love the meme going around, when they announced that everyone's coming in on E3, and he's like, don't ask for anything else.
Ever.
I'm kind of agreeing with that meme and going, and I'm asking the question right now, should this be the last Smash Brothers?
Possibly. And then just give it updates.
Keep it updated, keep it balanced. When we get a new Nintendo console, which we will probably 2025, 2026, we'll probably get a new,
think about it.
We'll get a new console depending on how well the Switch does, which it's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
We'll just get Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 2 or Redux or something like that. Or the port. they do the graphics convert the graphics to the new system, and it's just rebalancing and whatnot.
And just add characters, whatever, add stages. They don't need more stages, but sure, we'll add more stages.
There's 103 stages?
Yeah, and then there are variations. So there's technically over 300 stages that they had to create for this.
It's insane. Like, I am overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I am overwhelmed with the characters.
We don't even know everything.
Yeah. Will I be buying it? Like pre-purchasing it?
Will we be buying 2 copies?
Will we be buying 2 copies is a great question. Yes, we will. But it's one of those things like, my God, like Zachary really just wants to give you the kitchen sink.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's literally what he's doing.
What's happening.
And I can't even, obviously we still want Waluigi as a character.
Waluigi would be cool.
Waluigi as a character. I wanted Shovel Knight as a character, but he's an assist trophy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Whatever.
But I don't know who else you could possibly give us.
I don't even know.
I really don't know. So, hi, I'm Jon. I own a lot of video games.
Oh my goodness.
Rose owns a lot of video games.
Yes.
There's something called a backlog.
Oh, the backlog is real.
The backlog is probably one of the scariest things as a gamer, personally for me. I look at my backlog and I'm like, there is no way.
Like, the part that gets me is I stay busy enough with YouTube, now Twitch, and my job.
Yeah.
That I'm doing good to get through one game a year.
Yeah. And
I'm impressed that I've already gotten through Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. You're going to get through Kingdom Hearts 2.
I'm going to get through Kingdom Hearts 2. Might not be by the end of this year.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter.
And I'm with you because it's like we technically have a full-time job that pays, that does the bills, and we have a full-time job that doesn't do anything for us, but we just have fun with it.
Yeah.
And I love that.
This podcast is one of them.
This podcast is a part of that non-paying full-time job.
You want to help us out? Come watch us on Twitch and give us some cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Give us some bits.
Give us some bits. I haven't figured that one out yet, but
we're getting there.
But what gets me is the backlog, because it's scary, because games go on sale. I'm not going to lie. There are like 3 games on Steam right now that I'm like, I want to buy them because they're on sale.
Yeah.
I try and be as cheap as I possibly can when it comes to games.
Exactly.
That's why I'm crying that the Gamers Club Unlocked from Best Buy is going away, because that's how I bought all my special editions. And Bomb Chicken is on sale this week on the Switch.
Bomb Chicken?
Bomb Chicken. Philip, you idiot. But what got me was Polygon actually brought up a very interesting article that I was like, this is a good topic for us to discuss on the last part of the podcast. It's the fastest way to complete your video game backlogging by watching streamers and YouTubers, Let's Players.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? You have a valid point on that one, because if you think about it, more people are willing to just pop on the TV and watch an episode of Friends that they have seen 45 times.
Yeah.
We are more willing to put on the TV.
For us, it's How I Met Your Mother.
I'm going through like the 4th time I've watched the entire series of How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I think it's more than that.
It probably is, but there's a weird, and it might just be me and just you too. There's a weird stigma, or not a stigma, but a barrier of, all right, I've done everything. Let me go play games now. Like it's. There's a
like you have to switch.
You have to it's
like at least as an adult.
Yes, there's a weird mental switch of I need to go play games now.
Yeah,
and
just, I'm finally done with everything. Do I need to go to bed, or do I have enough energy to stay up and play games? Like, that's where I sit.
Yes,
that's where I sit most days, because I mean, you go to work all day. It's exhausting.
You got to come home. You got to cook dinner.
And then do you want to sit there and be involved and be alert enough to fight enemies in a video game? Or should you just kind of chill and watch somebody else play it?
And there are positive and negatives to both. Let's be honest. A couple of them that I'm going to give you credit. Chris Plante. I hope I said that correct. Plante. Plant? Very top.
Oh, jeez.
Red name.
Plant.
Okay, I didn't know if the E had some significance to making the name.
This is English.
That's true. He points out a couple things, like it actually sucks for developers. Let's Plays and streamers we are the worst thing for those people. And I understand that.
I'm very sorry.
And I apologize for that. If there's a way we could like come to a mutual agreement on that one, I'm all in.
Yeah.
I am 100% in to do that because developers and publishers, you make art. I will fight tooth and nail that video games are a very interesting, different form of art.
Yeah.
That you should get paid to do.
Yes.
You should pay the money to play, but we as the streamers and Let's Players, we kind of work around that for other people to watch us play.
But then you also bring in the question of, but most of those games that I might have played through that I'm instead of streaming or instead of watching somebody else play, like if I had bought it, would I have bought it used? True. In which case the developer isn't making any money anyway.
That's a valid point. If you buy a used game from GameStop, it is 100% profit for GameStop.
Exactly. So, or like if we go to Steam, we're buying them on sale. Like we don't get that many new games.
Yeah, it's been a while since we bought like legitimately new game.
Yeah, I mean we're going to buy a new game this week, but we might even get that one used.
Which one?
Detroit Become Human.
Oh yeah, Detroit Become Human. That's right. I was like, which one?
We're looking at getting that, but even that we might get used.
And I think the first new game, because I've already pre-ordered, I think is Spider-Man. I think the PS4 Spider-Man's coming out. I think that's the first new game I will buy in probably 4 or 5 months.
I might actually buy a game later this month. Little Dragon Cafe.
Oh, that's true.
Because that's coming on the Switch.
Oh, I got to buy The Forest.
Yeah. But I mean, there are games to buy.
Yeah, that are brand new that aren't on sale.
But
it's a very interesting thing because then you also go into the idea of are your interactions with watching a streamer or Let's Player are they the same because you're not controller on hand playing the game, so are you having that same
you're
connection?
Not inspecting the same things that you might.
Yeah, so is that something that takes away from the game, or is it something that just if the game's good enough, like an emotional game, I don't care who you are, I will put some money, we'll talk pennies, on if you watched the first 15 minutes of The Last of Us, not played it, but watched it, and you didn't cry, because
there's something wrong.
There's probably something wrong with you, but there's an emotional response that
there's some kind of emotional response, even if you don't cry.
Yeah.
You still feel something.
You still feel something, but you're watching the gameplay. You're not actually playing it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of those, like, do you have that barrier of not having the controller in your hand? So are you taking away from the developer? Are you disservicing yourself by not playing it?
Yeah.
Or is it like legitimately okay that, you know what, I don't have time, but what I can do is dinner's done. I'm exhausted. I don't want to really focus too much on the game itself. I'm going to put the Game Grumps on and I'm going to watch them play. I'm going to put on Couchcapades. Hey, how you doing? You can find us. Jacksepticeye, Couchcapades on YouTube. We're on the Geek level 7 days a week, at least at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. Certain days we have it at 2 p.m. Pacific as well. So, hey, how you doing?
That's not 2 p.m. Pacific. That's 2 p.m. Central.
I'm so used to saying Central time. That's true.
Central. We are in the central part of the United States.
That is true. And then streaming. We already threw that one out there. But it's an interesting idea because I hate that we do take away from developers because people should get paid for what they do. I will not say anything against that one, but I do agree that there are, some people, they only buy 1 to 2 games a year for economic reasons, or they just don't find interest in the game. So why not watch a streamer YouTuber play it? And now that we're streaming, there's a different concept in my mind that I wasn't prepared for with streaming. The community behind it. Yeah. It's
really cool.
It is really cool. I was not prepared.
And we have a very small community so far, but I love them.
I love our little community. They're great. I'm with you.
Our tater tots and couch potatoes.
I'm with you that when the community started talking to each other,
I was just like, yes.
That was a weird, I didn't know I needed this, and we just brought people
It's
together
so
over
cool.
gaming, whether it be Jon being an absolute idiot in Bloodborne or losing his ever-loving mind in Cat Mario. We're still bringing people together.
Or getting a nice little Easter egg
Or
in
an
Bloodborne.
Easter egg in Bloodborne. Watch that video if you want to.
There's a clip.
We have a clip of that one. But it's interesting now to see that, like, how do people consume games now?
But then the flip side of this, and this was actually brought up, I overheard a conversation at work this past week.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was talking about going to another country, and somebody around them made the comment of, "Oh, I don't need to go there. I've already seen videos of it on YouTube, or they've seen streamers in those countries. So they don't need to go to it." And I'm just there like, but that's not a good way to look at it.
Yeah, that's not a good way to look.
And that's so different.
That was NVC. Brian O'Tonnell said it. Yeah, I was like, I've heard this too. Why? That was because
I assumed it was at work because of
apparently we're all
things.
talking about Let's Players and streamers this week, because I was like, wow, that's
a big topic.
It's a big topic this week. But you're right. Like, it's a very, I want to go to Japan. I do. I will do anything to go to Japan. I want to be in Akihabara. I want to feel those feelings. I want to see those sights. There is a difference of watching just a behind the scenes, oh, we're in Japan, or travel channel, we're in Japan, go to this and this.
Or like even playing Go-Go Nippon, which is made for people who want to go to Japan so that they can understand what's going on.
Yeah, Persona 5, almost one-to-one.
Yeah.
Japan's neighborhoods.
And I've heard that even Okami does a pretty decent job.
Yeah. But I know there's a difference. Like, I'm not experiencing the living, breathing concept of the country of Japan by watching or playing Persona 5.
Or like, I even saw a streamer that was doing an IRL. This was like a month ago. And I'm not sure if it was a boy or a girl. It was very difficult to tell.
That's fine.
They were in Japan, like walking around the streets, had their selfie stick, had their crew with them.
Yeah.
And like even ran into a fan of theirs, and was just like, "Hey, we're just wandering around. Do you want to join us?" And I was just
cool.
like, that's actually a pretty cool way to do it. But that's still not the same as going there.
Yeah, it's still not the same. So
is it an adequate response?
Also, is it something that, like, we do have to separate out, because video games are hopefully I'm going to say this right. Video games are universal in the sense of, minus like China, you can actually pick up a video game anywhere. Like most countries,
for the most part.
Most countries allow video games.
There are some that do not allow
certain games.
Certain games just don't make it to that country.
And that's fine. I understand that one, but because it's a digital form of art.
Yeah.
But Japan or France or another part of the country or the world is a physical place.
Yeah.
Is that how we separate it out? Because I have to say this because I am a Let's Player and a streamer.
Yeah.
I'm all for people experiencing the game through that medium because it is easier. We watch the Game Grumps religiously.
Yeah.
There are some games, like they did Detroit Become Human. We didn't watch that because we didn't want it spoiled for us because we wanted our own interactions.
But then there are some games, and I can't think of which one it was right off, but we started watching it because we were just like, do we want to get this game?
Yeah.
So
and that's another
use of Let's Players and streamers.
Yeah, because I mean, let's jump back to IGN real fast. I know they get a lot of crap for their reviews. There's legitimately a review, too much water. That's literally a criticism from IGN. So I kind of understand that. But if you have the community, if you hang out with us, we are critical. I am very critical of games. Like, I will call out crap. I will say something's right. I like how the art style, the mechanics, the weight of the character.
These mechanics are off because of this.
I talk about that stuff because I think that's something valuable for people to know.
Yeah.
And just I rage a little bit because it upsets me because of this.
It's very fun.
But I'm with you. Like, maybe, let's go watch so-and-so because they're playing this game. It's something I'm interested in, but I've been on the fence about buying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually really fun. Or let me watch an hour or so of them streaming it and like, all right, they're pointing out this criticism. Okay, I actually, that's something I don't like. Yeah. Maybe I should just watch them.
Or like the article that we found on Polygon, they actually talk about watching a streamer who knows a ton about this game.
Yeah.
And they'd walk you through these really cool things. It's like being on a guided tour of a place instead of just looking.
That's cool. And that's one thing. If it's a very different idea. Like I let's go Sea of Thieves. I own Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
I own it. And I would have no problem kind of head first diving into Sea of Thieves and on a stream literally be the walking tour. I've watched other channels do the pretty much the walking tour, and do the deep dive into there's these paintings on the wall, and Rare has made this comment, and like this guy thinks this is going to happen, but if we go to this island and we like look into the legitimate lore of not just Sea of Thieves but in piracy itself, this is what this means. And I find that's like cool. I'm coming to the realization I love the history of video games so much and how people think about them.
It's really cool.
That I think that's a cool way to do it. Just like
like watching Ninja Gaiden, like we played it on our channel early on.
Yes.
And somebody finally pointed out to me that the castle you see in the distance at the beginning of the game, that's what you climb.
Yeah. It's
like you're actually climbing that tower and you can track it through the different levels.
Yeah, it's like progressively getting a little bit closer in the background, I want to say.
Exactly. And Castlevania does the same thing. These are things that I wouldn't know if I just sat there and played it. I mean, I might catch on.
But if you got a good streamer who just knows the backwards and forwards of the game, the development, and followed it, it's very entertaining to be on that little ride of, well, we're doing this, but this is why. But if you go left here instead of right, how the game tells you, you go left, you see a nice little, a legitimate Easter egg.
Not an urn.
Not an urn. A legitimate Easter egg of the developers, they put this in here because of this, or like Donkey Kong, one little Easter egg, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Apparently there's a Metroid in there, but there's a specific way you have to get it.
And like you have to get hurt to get it.
Yeah, and it goes against everything in gaming, but if you do it right, you get to see a Metroid floating around in the...
Just look it up. Don't try and do it yourself.
Yeah.
Apparently it's not quite worth it.
But it's stuff like that. Like, is Let's Playing and streaming bad? On a financial side, I say, yeah, probably. I mean, because and I'll say we, because we are Let's Players and streamers, we take away revenue from other people. We take away, but
again, if you're talking about people who are going to get used games anyway,
then
how much does it really
matter?
Hurt? And I know that sounds like a justification, but that's a real concern.
It is, and I think I don't want to like. If you ever watch us and you want to buy the game, buy the game. I'm going to say this right now. Support your developers, support your people, support the indie ones. Because if you buy the game, you really like it, you get other people to buy the game. Hey, go watch Couchcapades play this game. This is what made me buy it. Go buy it yourself.
Yeah.
Then we're going to get better games.
Yeah.
We are going to get better games. God of War proved that we still like first-person narrative, story-driven games.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But if you're on the fence, I don't see why it's not a bad thing to watch people play the game. Because maybe
it's a bad thing.
Or
don't see why it's a bad thing.
Don't see why it's a bad thing. Because maybe you're not watching for the game. Maybe you're watching for the people. God knows we watch the Game Grumps for Dan and Aaron.
Yeah.
Whatever they're playing, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And I watch for the personalities. So maybe that's how we have to look at it. It's not about the game. It's about the personality.
That's the hope.
That's the hope.
Come hang out with us on our streams and Let's Plays.
Please.
We love it.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We do a lot of voices.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Let's put a bow on this.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else? Anything crazy?
No, that's it.
That's it. All right. Well, we, like I said, weekly podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify. That's right. We're on Spotify and Last FM. I still haven't gotten the okay if we are, but I get emails going, hey, you're on Last FM. So I'm like, all right, cool.
So that's where you can find our podcast, which is obviously Couch of Randomness.
If you want to follow us on social media, we are the Geek Level. We are on Facebook,
Twitter,
and Instagram. Like I said, we pushed the Twitch thing a little bit today, but find us where Couchcapades plays on Twitch. Yep. Come hang out with us. It's a lot of fun. Play games.
We are the Geek Level on YouTube.
Yes. Past that, you know what? We'll see you next week, and don't forget,
always level up.
Bye.